Turning my old 1980 apartment into a state-of-the-art smart home. Part 2.
So I bought this old apartment. We're going to be turning it into an ultra-modern smart home. In the last video, we did our smart lock, and now we're going to be upgrading the heat and thermostats. Before we get into it, I use Apple Homekit for all my smart home stuff. I'll do a software video on it all later, but all the stuff I'm recommending will work with any smart home environment. Let's get into it. So the first thing you need to do before upgrading your thermostat is figure out what type you have, and there are two main types of thermostats. So the first type, and the type that we have in this house, is high voltage electric heating. This almost always takes the form of baseboards. So if you have baseboards in your house and a thermostat that looks kind of like this, something with a simple dial, you likely have electric heating. The other telltale sign that you have heating set up like this is if you have a thermostat controlling every single room instead of one central thermostat controlling most of the house. If you have this type of heating, you only have a few options, and the best by far is the Mysa Smart Thermostat. I'll have a link to this thing in my bio. It works with all smart home environments. It's amazing. There's really no other contenders for the best thermostat. The other type you'll run into is the opposite of what I said, where you usually have central heating. Your thermostat will look more like this. There's usually options to like turn on the fan. Sometimes you have AC tied to it. Anything that's not high voltage heating and you have one thermostat to control your whole house, you likely have a low voltage thermostat. I'll cover low voltage thermostats later, but the best option by far is the Ecobee Lite. If you have low voltage, go for one of these. Again, I'll have the link in my bio. We're gonna go ahead and install the Mysa here. The install guides that come with all of these thermostats are super comprehensive. Every bit of wiring is gonna be a little bit different, so I highly recommend following them, but let's quickly do it. First things first, in dealing with anything to do with power, always make sure you turn the breaker off no matter what. This is the first step, always. After you turn the breaker off, turn the heat up all the way and then wait 20 minutes and make sure that there's no more heat coming off to confirm the power's off. Just gonna really quickly pull this thing off and install the new one, but just follow your manual, it's pretty easy. And just like that, we're on. Turn on the breaker and we've got power. Easy. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go install these in the rest of the house. And we're now up and running the whole house. We have the office here, we've got the bedroom, and we have the bathroom. Now I control each room with my voice whenever I want. I can make sure that I use a bunch of different automations, whether it's motion sensors in rooms, geolocation-based automations to make sure that I'm heating my house the most efficiently and it's always at a comfortable temperature, room by room, exactly when we need it. Now I'd like to say I'm done with the heating, but I actually have two very big caveats with this home. One, I have a fireplace that is only controlled by this remote that uses ultrasonic as a frequency. This is gonna be a nifty little one to hack, but it's gonna have to be its own project and video. The other one, which is such a weird edge case where I almost didn't mention it, but wanna include it for the sake of completeness, I actually have a 24 volt thermostat, a low voltage thermostat, controlling different baseboard heaters throughout the house. This is very uncommon, and it's usually only set up in cases where the baseboard heaters are really far away from each other and they have to transfer the signal between them. I'm gonna show another video too on how we're gonna hack this thing to make it work with a smart thermostat as well. Stay tuned for that, look out for the next video, and thanks for watching.